Quick help. I need a Phoenix down. What? They don't exist. Phoenix Downs don't exist. I'm a freaking KO'd character. How am I supposed to fight the good fight? What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Shinato here with a personal review for Final Fantasy 1. Me and some friends are on a quest to finish Final Fantasies. Well, I don't know if they're doing it because they're like on like 7 and 8, but I am going in order, so to speak, from 1 to 10-2 of Final Fantasy games. Of course, we're waiting on Final Fantasy X and X-2 to be released. I think either in the end of the summer or during the holiday season. But this is the first review of more or less 10 or 11 reviews. So we're basically 10 more to go. But yeah, I finished Final Fantasy 1 yesterday, and I gotta say, that has got to be the most aggravating game I've ever played. Still fun. Wouldn't do it again. Just would not want to do it twice. What you hear in the background is me watching Royal Pains. Love the show. I really want to get back to it, so I'm gonna make this video quick. Not a lot of problems per se. It's more how you like it. Being the type of person I am, I played it on normal. You only get 2 difficulties, easy and normal, neither of which I think make a difference from having looked at various wikis on prices and stuff like that. But yeah, it's very different, very different indeed. The one thing I really had an issue with is dead characters, or in this case, KO'd characters. They aren't really the easiest of people to revive. And while I did have a white mage that knew both Life 1 and Life 2, it's not as if I could just click items and then go Phoenix down, restore, you know. But other than that, it's still a great game. I really am glad that they changed that in the later creations of Final Fantasy games. I personally did not, when I first started playing Final Fantasy, I only got around to playing 2 of them. Well, 3. One was a demo, and it was Final Fantasy 7, and I haven't had a chance to get back to it at all. But in order to revive a character from Final Fantasy 1 and from Final Fantasy 2, which is what I'm realizing right now, you have to go to what's called a shrine, or in what I consider, you have to go to church and pray for them to come back. But in the first one, it costs money. I don't understand why it would cost me money, anywhere from, let's say 40 gil to like 200 gil to revive a character. That is the most asinine thing I've ever heard of. But hey, it's a game, and it's not like real lives are at stake. So yeah, the team I had was a knight, ninja, black wizard, white wizard. Pretty standard team, although I would not recommend it. I would probably have gotten 2 knights, a black wizard, and a white mage, because the ninja, if this game could have been an anime or a regular cartoon TV series, I guarantee you the ninja would be at the knight's throat all the time because of how much stronger the knight is than the ninja. And even when I found the strongest sword in the game, Muramasa, it still didn't help. It still didn't help at all in taking down the bad guys. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was good that he could now hit in the same attack range as the knight, whereas the knight had Excalibur at a certain point of the game for the rest of the game. And you know, I managed to get him up to level 50, which I'm assuming is the level cap of the game, level 50. And from there on, he would hit between 600 and like the highest I saw him hit was 1551. And I was like, wow, I wish I can get everybody else up to 50 like I did the knight, but no one has defense like the knight. So 2 knights, a black wizard, white wizard, and you should be good for anybody interested in, taking the challenge, a Final Fantasy challenge. But other than that, I really like the game. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who doesn't already know, but the boss would have been challenging if I went in at the levels of which I wanted to go in. I finished the game, in my opinion, pretty early, capping off at levels. I just hit level 31 for the night, and like everybody else was like 29. But when you die as often as the other 3, you tend to be a couple of levels behind. But the knight was at 50. Everybody else was hitting like 41. I really wanted everybody at 50, but that's not something I really desire to do right now. But other than that, Final Fantasy 1 as part of Final Fantasy Origins, which comes with Final Fantasy 1 and 2, I would have to give that game right now, everything considered, I'd probably give it a 6.5, just because of the fact that if it were the only one of its existence, it would get a 6.5, for the simple fact that healing characters can be costly. Buying equipment for certain characters can be costly, and I read in certain people's wikis that once you get the ninja, it'll be easier to run away from battles. Once you get the wizard, black wizard, it'll be easier to use your magic and whatnot. Level 1 magic after, I'd say, your 3rd quest, or by the time you're going after the 2nd whatever, sucks. And I don't know if it's me or just the way the game works, but to me, magic is magic, and it should do what it's supposed to do. Like I said, I came in playing Final Fantasy 4. That was like the first Final Fantasy I played with Cecil and his brother Golbez, and then the next one I hit was Final Fantasy 6. I didn't know that, well, I knew there was an order, but I think at the time I wasn't free to simply go out and just purchase all of them and be like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and play Final Fantasy 1 through 10. So shout out to my friend Rashad. He's trying to get me to play 8 so bad. He has a man crush on Squall, and yes, I'm going to say man crush, but no, he just really cares a lot about that game. He likes it a lot. Shout out to my friend John. He's got to be, in my opinion, he is what I would consider a Final Fantasy fanatic. His favorite, I think, is 13, Lightning. And we all play Final Fantasy Dissidia 012, and he is Lightning. He is the best one at the game that I've ever played, and unfortunately, I have to suck dust because I'm only number 2, and then Ray pulls up number 3. But hey, doesn't mean that you should underestimate him. But yeah, that is my review of Final Fantasy 1 as part of Final Fantasy Origins. If you want it in the PSN store, and I recommend you buy it and play it, try it for yourself. But please, 2 knights, a black mage, and a white mage. It'll do you some good. Later.
Producer, Night. DJ Erosive.